Natural hair colors for coloring your hair and covering the grays. I'm somebody who loves hair color. If you've been a part of this channel, you already know that. Back in college, I used to use henna a lot. The best way to use henna is to make this water and then soak the henna in it overnight and then use it. Then about 15 years back, I stopped using henna. Back in college, I used to use henna every 25 to 30 days, and my process was very simple. I used to make this water, soak the henna in the day, come back from college, finish work and oil my hair and then put henna and then go to sleep in henna. Such was my dedication to hair that even in the cold northern winters, I used to put henna in the night, put on a shower cap and go to sleep, and next day morning, beautiful, gorgeous hair. I have never soaked henna in an iron kadhai as is always said, but I still used to get beautiful colors. What I always did was made sure the henna was good. It was always from Rajasthan. I always soaked it in the water mentioned, and I squeezed in about 1.5 to 2 lemons for my kind of hair. Back in college, my hair used to be still about this much. My hair has never been this long. Then my grays became really prominent. I went premature gray, and ever since I've been coloring my hair. So I have not used any natural colors because I found nothing that could actually cover your grays. Till I chanced upon a product a few months back, and I have been carrying out a lot of experiments. So if you're interested in changing your hair color to light brown, dark brown and even black, all you require is 6 things. The first thing, you require a pair of gloves. Then you require a small brush, and I'm going to tell you why this is required. You require half a lemon, the juicy part of the lemon, and you require aloe gel. I'm using the one from Herb Sense because I think it's really pure, has no additive, so works very beautifully. And I found this product on Amazon called Atar Ayurveda. This has got henna powder and it's got indigo powder. Link is in the description. There are 4 ways of using this to get the kind of shade you want. So we begin the experiments. Here is my hair in all its glory. We're going to be going with henna first and then following it up with indigo in method number 1. I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of henna because I only need to do my crown, and I soak it in hot water. In fact, all these powders must be soaked in hot water. It's important to make the paste of the right consistency. It should not be too thick, shouldn't be too thin, because it just helps the experience be a little easier. And it's also important to make sure that we deposit the color on the hair roots and not gray hairs, because unlike chemical colors which transfer immediately onto the gray hair, this paste in my experience needs to be like your hair needs to soak into the paste to get the right color. And it's also incredibly important to use thin partitions. The thinner the partitions are, the better the color will get deposited, and basically it gives more material for your hair to soak into. That's been my biggest learning. So I covered my crown. It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes. And once I'm done with that, it's also important to clean up the hairline. The first thing you can do is just push the material back into the hair. And the second thing you can do is use aloe, or just plain aloe. I'm using from Herb Sense because it's very pure and doesn't cause any reaction with the product. And I don't use cotton, so I will just use a cotton cloth to clean up the extra that's deposited along the hairline. I keep this for 45 minutes and then I go in for a shower. Here is the result. As you can see, there's definite coverage, but there is that henna color. Now, this henna color will look beautiful on black hair, but gray coverage is limited to about 2.8 on 5 is how I would rate it. If you like the kind of brown color, it's beautiful for you, but I like a little more coverage. Post that, for the second method, you can intensify the color by going in with indigo. You take 2 tablespoons of indigo and I soak it in hot water and make a nice little paste and go into the hair roots again. As you can see here, the indigo is greenish in color. That's because indigo has blue tones. The blue combined with the orange of henna, that is the dark brown that we're looking for. Clean up the hairline and here is the result. It's definitely more intensive than the previous one. It's a much darker, richer brown and really, really gorgeous. It gives you gray coverage, I would say at between 3.8 to about 4. If you like this kind of brown, it's beautiful for you. I still prefer a little more intense coverage, but see the difference. It's really a lot. It's a marked difference. Now for the third method, I'm going to be combining both indigo and henna together. So I take about 2 tablespoons of each powders and I soak it in hot water. This powder needs to be mixed in really well, so it's good to use a fork so that you're able to break the lumps very well and beat it nicely so the paste comes in very well. I keep this for about 15 minutes before I apply it on my hair. Beating the paste is incredibly important so that it's a nice smooth paste. And here I go again. I think this is day 2 or day 3, and again going into the roots. The reason why I recommend using a small brush is because you're using a little bit of material. It's very manageable. You know, the big standard black brush just takes in too much of material and then it just gets very hard to handle it. Again, I take very small partitions very patiently. The more effort we spend here, the better results we get. I clean up the hairline and post-wash, here are the results. This is a really rich dark brown. Your coverage is between 4.2. As you can see, the hairline is just beautiful. There's absolutely no gray on the hairline, and this dark shade of brown makes your hair look nice and glossy. These powders are of really good quality, you know, despite the fact that you're not supposed to use shampoo and conditioner for any of the washes. Look at the gloss on my hair. It is so nice. Each of these powders should be kept on your hair for about 45 minutes to 50 minutes. I kept them for 55 minutes. I just wanted more intense color and I think it worked out very well. I can't get over the gloss on my hair despite the fact that I've not used any shampoo and conditioner. You can use shampoo and conditioner the next day. The same mix you can use on black hair and look at this beautiful color. I used it on my daughter's hair and I actually really loved this beautiful caramelly brown. I wish I could use it on my hair, but I can't. I don't want to ruin my balayage. So this is the third way that you can use it on your black hair. Now for the final color, I'm going to go in with the good old lemon juice. I've taken about 2 tablespoons of indigo. Since my hair is already dark brown and slightly orange, I'm just going to use indigo now and of course mix it very well. I keep this for about 15 minutes and then I go into my hair yet again. As you can see, it's a slightly orangish brown. This is on the second day. Hey, there's a wish on my face. Oh my God, can you see it? I'm going to take this and make a wish for the hair gods now that may the color come. Let's go. I go into my hair and I'm even more careful this time. I'm taking really small partitions and depositing the color again and again and again. I just want to really try whether I'm going to get this really dark brown so that I'm able to come to a point where I get the best gray coverage possible and increase my chances of getting the darkest color that I can get. Alarm set. Okay Google, set alarm for 55 minutes. And we go. Fingers crossed. Here is my color. I think this is really it. So this is my final color. And as you can see, there is almost 80 to 90% coverage of gray. And my DIY friend tells me that the more I keep using it, the intense the color will remain, which means I have to color it almost every 2.5 weeks. I have fantastic amount of gray coverage in this particular method, and I'm really happy with it, and my hair is so beautifully soft over here. The reason it is so floofy and kind of voluminous is because after using the indigo powder, you're not supposed to use any shampoo and conditioner to wash off the product, just water. And so there's still a fair amount of water in my hair over here and this part, but the results are absolutely fantastic. Will I stop using chemical hair colors? I don't know, because I don't like very dark colors. Because, the darker your hair is, the blacker your hair is, the more stark your face looks. And as you age, nature itself starts making your hair lighter in color. That's the reason we start turning gray, right? I think nature is such a beautiful preserver of beauty. So there is some logic behind why our hair becomes lighter as we age, because then the contrast between your hair and your face softens up when there's a lot of gray in your hair. So it's a choice. But I have to say that in the long run, it is just better to use henna and indigo, because using chemical colors is really not good for you in the long run. So when am I going to make this switch? I don't know. But if you've had experience with it, let me know how it goes for you. For more, I'm going to meet you in the comment section. The next day morning, though, was a completely different story, because as you can see, my hair in the sun looked just so beautiful. There was no gray to see, and they were beautifully soft and manageable, and post the conditioner and shampoo, they were glossy and soft as soft can be. I almost am reconsidering this method and thinking of seriously replacing my chemical hair colors. I am really surprised myself that this should work out so beautifully the next day. I was thinking hair wash karke fading ho jayega, itna nahi aayega. Genuinely surprised. And the thing is that even the chemical colors, I have to repeat every 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So if I have to do this every 2 weeks, it's not a bad deal at all. Plus the cost. Every hair color cost me between 2,500 to 3,000, whereas this is just $500 for both of them. And I just need about 4 to 5 tablespoons per use. 500 is nothing. Yes, there's the stress of washing it all at home and taking care of it at home, but this requires a serious consideration given the health benefits and the trade-offs. I look forward to hearing your inputs and discussing this on whether this is a great method and what else can we do to make it better. Catch you soon.